All right, it is Tuesday. It is my freaking Saturday. I'm off today. Um, Heading to the gym a little bit later than I want to, but not a big deal at all because I'm really not in a rush today. Already did 30 minutes of fasted cardio on the Stairmaster. I think I'm going to go ahead and I started out with 20 minutes. I think I'm going to go ahead and start bumping it up to 40 minutes. I try to keep my heart rate in the 130s because it's more of a fat burning range, especially for training fasted. I really don't need to push it too much higher than that to not sap a whole bunch of energy before one of my harder trainer days. On a lighter training day like shoulders or arms or off day, I'll go do some HIIT. But I'm training legs, chest, or back, or doing a big pressing movement or deadlifting or something like that, then I try to go just more in the fat burning zone. So I try to keep my heart rate in the 130s. So did that, ran a couple errands with the Walmart. Already got meal one down after fasted cardio. It's been about an hour 20 since I've eaten, so by the time I actually get started at the gym and working out, it'll probably be hour 50, almost 2 hours after I've eaten or so, give or take 10 minutes. So that's where I like to be. When you can't help it sometimes, I like to be at least an hour after I've eaten, but I like to be closer to about an hour and a half to hour 40 between eating and training, so that food can be fully digested, because I don't like having a full stomach while I'm training. I don't mind it when I'm doing cardio, but I don't like having a full stomach when I'm training. Not sure if I'm gonna golf today, because I feel like a nap coming in the afternoon, but we'll see. If I can get out there for 9, I will definitely vlog that. But if I don't go golfing, I definitely have, and part of the reason why I won't probably go golf today is because I have a doubleheader softball game tonight. My first time playing softball like a full year. So when I started working in law enforcement November 1st of last year, that was like just a couple, I guess like halfway through the season last fall, and my season got cut short because I worked evenings, and that league was on Monday night, and I was off on Thursdays and Fridays. But since I got my new schedule, I'm off on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and this league is on Tuesday night, so that's pretty favorable. And also with my schedule, I got a more ideal hour change as well. I work 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Thursday through Monday, so that at least I can get back on a regular sleep schedule. Cause my sleep has been brutal. I've only been getting like 5 to 5.5 hours of sleep for really since I've been out of the academy. So like what, 4, 5, 6 weeks now, 6 weeks. So yeah, but I got a decent night's sleep last night. I feel pretty strong today. So we're going to do another big dog set on bench. So we're going to get 4 or 5 for as many reps as we can. I don't remember how many reps I got last week. I need to do a better job of looking at that before I hop back on the vlog. But either way, we're going to try to at least be 1 rep better than last week. I'm really not a progressive overload guy. I mean, I come and go with it. But I like trying to standardize. I do like standardizing my training at different points of being in prep or being an off season, so I can gauge progress in some form or fashion. And I'm choosing to do a big dog set now where I'm keeping the top end weight the same and trying to get more reps up to 10 reps. I haven't gotten to 10 reps on either one. I think I got at 7 or 8 last week or 4 or 5. So if I can get 8 to 9 this week, I'd be happy camper. And those bottom end reps or whatever, then I normally cut the weight around 50% and hit a max set to failure after resting about 3 minutes after that big dog set or so. So I'm sure JP will be in there. If he is, I'll ask him to spot me. He does a really good job, and I really appreciate his 3 to 4 minutes that he spares me to spot me on those sets. But all in all, prep is going pretty good. Definitely, we're in week 6 now. Started week 6 for me, so I would definitely be pushing fat loss more aggressively going forward. That'll put me at 6 weeks out from the first show, 10 weeks out from the second show, and then roughly 14 weeks out, I believe, from the national show. Unless I go to nationals, and I think my buddy Lamar posted that like 121 days out, so that's like 4 months or so, or a little over 4 months. I can't count how many weeks that is, like 16, 17, I think it's 16 or 17 weeks. So, but I'm looking at doing USAs because I haven't been to Vegas. Was supposed to go to Vegas a couple times since the pandemic, but never even got it on the docket, let alone plan a trip. So I'll go there by myself. But yeah, that's kind of my game plan. I'm not really sharing my prep details really on Instagram. I'm leaving it a little bit more exclusive to YouTube. And as I get closer to the show, probably after my first show, I actually probably announce those plans on Instagram a little bit more, just to be not really transparent, but to have people feel like they're following along in the narrative. But in all reality, I'm really doing this for me. This year has been very transitional for me. A lot of changes, career change, residence change, city change, lost a lot of friends, lost some friends I didn't think I would lose. But that's part of life. I've always leaned on my ability to adapt, and I feel like I've done that pretty good. I missed out on some life events that I wish I didn't have to miss out on, but you know, that's also a part of life. You know, that happens sometimes. So the best thing you can do is control what you can control, and my goal is to finish the fourth quarter of this year strong and be all in. I'm allocating all my resources towards this prep and my new career. And that's my main two focuses. Getting as much training and learning as I can in law enforcement and police officer, and putting all my time and energy into prep, and whatever residual energy I do have, I'm putting into content creation to kind of document this process, really this journey. Because I plan on making it to the top, and when I do, I want to have something to look back on. You know, when I'm only getting 15, 50, 100 views, and one day I'll be getting thousands and hundreds of thousands of views, I want to be able to come back to videos like this and know that the core of me has always been the same. Same mindset, always working towards progress, always working towards a goal. Not perfect, I've slipped up, been inconsistent, shot myself in the foot, sabotaged myself, haven't followed through on what I've said a lot in the last couple of years, and I'm paying for it this year. So again, you just, you know, get back on the horse and move forward and get back to riding again. It's the best thing you can do. So not too far from the gym, and be pulling back in, and hoping to have a really, really, really good workout today. All right, so we're going to start out with our normal 3 sets of 10 push-ups, and then we'll do 2 to 3 sets of very light tricep extensions. I'm not going to show those because I'm going to throw in 2 tricep exercises at the end of my workout, and then we'll go right into bench. But again, if you're going to lift a heavy compound movement, make sure you're pre-exhausting at least a little bit. You want some repetitions in those movement patterns before you just go right into it, so you can, one, increase your performance output, and more importantly, lower your risk of injury. Because again, you can't see progress if you're consistently getting injured in the gym, or you're just getting injured in the gym at all. Because a lot of people haven't been injured where they've had to not lift something for 2+ months, and they probably go crazy if they had to take that time off. Got it. You like it, I love it. I'm just here for the show. You want up?
anytime you're doing any kind of fly movement, but especially cable fly movement, but the free weights too, when you're using dumbbells, you always want to make sure that you're controlling the weight, especially because you generally want to use the fly to get a good stretch at the bottom of the rep. So really controlling the eccentric. You don't have to go on the 3, 4, or 5 count eccentric, but you want to control the weight all the way to the bottom of the eccentric and have a slight explode into the concentric to the top of the motion. So again, building for hypertrophy, training for bodybuilding, trying to put on max muscle, you want to get a good stretch and you want to get a good contraction. And to do both of those, you have to control the weight through both planes of motion. So something I see a lot on tricep extensions in the gym, a lot of people, is they're not getting full extension on tricep extension. They're stopping just short of the range. And you want to get to where you're fully extended. You don't have to lock out your elbows, but you still want to get fully extended so that the tricep can actually get fully contracted at the bottom. And another thing I see is people letting their arm rise all the way up. Keep the elbow locked in, go from there to just back up here for the stretch at the top, and then explode right back down. Because again, you see people hitting their tricep pose all the time, just like this, but they're doing their tricep extensions just to there when they're doing their little posing videos on Instagram and whatnot. So make sure you're getting all the way fully extended or near to full extension of your tricep extensions if you want to get the most out of your exercise.